Well, there's no question he has the DNA for success, and those genetics make women swoon. Enrique Iglesias, the son of Julio, is the Latin heartthrob who's touring here in July. But as Sally Obermeter discovered, there's a very big difference between father and son.
That song has quite a story because I had it for 2 years.
Really?
Yes, I had it for 2 years, and at the time when I first gave it to the record company, like, what is this? This is crazy. This is out there. This is not going to work.
And what made them change their mind, or what happened?
Well, I changed record company. You know, there's songs that you love, and there's songs that you would kill for. And this is one of those songs I would kill for.
36-year-old Enrique Iglesias is dead serious when it comes to his passion for music, a quality he picked up from his dad, famous Spanish crooner Julio Iglesias.
I remember being a little kid and being backstage, and I remember my father coming after the show. He was all sweaty, you know, in his suit. One of the guys I worked with him would say, "Hey, how was the show?" And the guy would say, "Man, that was the best show you've put on." And I remember watching that guy during the show, and he never caught a minute of the show. And I was a little kid watching that. I was thinking, oh my God, this business is full of BS. That's truly what you learn. It's like anything in life. You want to be successful, you know, they're not going to give it to you. You got to work hard.
Keen to prove he didn't need the family reputation, Enrique secured his first album deal at just 19, using the false surname Martinez. Just 4 years later, he crossed over from Spanish songs to English, and he hit the big time with a whopping $48 million record deal.
48 million. Does that blow your mind? Were you just...
Yeah, it blows my mind because I spend it all.
What did you spend it on?
I don't know. I went out one night and...
drinks all around?
Yeah, a lot of drinking, a lot of partying, and a lot of strip touring. I'm kidding. But I was at the right time, right place. Do they actually know what they're doing?
They did know what they were doing, with a string of #1 hits and global album sales in excess of 60 million.
We don't get paid for selling records. I think we get paid for the psychological
trauma.
Trauma that they
And shooting film clips is part of the trauma.
It's the thing I like doing the least.
All the girls we've loved before.
He may be a chip off the old block in terms of talent, but Enrique has been a one-woman man, dating former tennis star Anna Kournikova for the last 9 years.
I want my personal life to be as private as possible.
Yes.
And especially when you're with someone that is also known and in the spotlight.
But how hard is that?
Yeah, but it's not that tough, huh? You gotta have a sense of humor. Well, I've been married about 28 times, have kids all over the world.
In Australia?
In Australia, I think I got twins in Australia, in Perth. Truly, you just laugh at it.
Now, can you see yourself doing this, do you think, into your 60s and 70s?
I don't know. And I'm telling you this now, I hope you don't see me in Vegas in some show. You know, 70 years old with like a hairpiece, singing "I Like It," trying to make the 60 and the 70-year-olds jump up and down. Although you never know.
People to know more about that side of you?
We try. It's just I don't want to make it. You know what I mean? I don't want to. I don't want to make it too public. I try to do my own little things through the back, you know, without really telling a lot of people. And then if I could help one country, but going in the future, I'm going to try to do even more things. Oh. But about if there was one country that I would like to help, third world country, a lot of countries in Latin America because they've given me so much in return. And another country would be the Philippines because I'm part Filipino. That's what I said.
Est-ce qu'on a le temps pour une autre question? Puis on va pour les...
On s'en va voir les questions Vox Pop. We went out in the streets and talked to your fans because your fans are crawling the streets of Montreal. Actually, and if you just want to look at the monitor right here, and somebody has something to ask you.
Hi, I'm Jody. I'm from Vancouver. Enrique, what do you think is the toughest thing about dating you?
The toughest thing about dating me?
Yep.
I probably can't say it on TV. I'm kidding. The toughest. I'm an easy date, man. I've always said it. I am.
I thought you were going to say I'm a cheap date.
No. I'm an easy date, but I'm saying I've always said a date comes down to whoever you're with, and it doesn't matter where you go, where you're at.
Okay.
I think. And that's not the question, of course. What's the toughest thing about it? I'm trying to escape that question.
I know. I can see that. You're not.
The toughest thing about dating me is. I'm always late, I guess.
You're always late?
I'm not very punctual.
That sucks.
I know.
Okay.
But it's not, how do you know that? Is that?
Yeah, how do you know that?
Am I always late?
Because you were late here?
I'm always late, but I don't mean that in disrespect.
Okay, cool. At least you're not like selfish or condescending.
No.
That's good. Okay.
I guess.
Angelo, d'autres questions du public?
Alors oui, merci Rebecca. On continue avec mon amie Isabelle. Pose une question à Enrique.
Ok, alors j'aimerais savoir si tu as aimé ton expérience dans Once Upon a Time in Mexico, puis si tu as l'intention de poursuivre une carrière au cinéma.
Okay, wait up. I know that question.
You know this.
Don't even tell me. And you're going to test my French, okay? She goes, how was experience in Once Upon a Time in Mexico?
Right.
And if I'm going to do more stuff in the movie.
Right.
Bravo!
Oh my God.
Did you see that?
Give a hand to the man.
That goes for Mr. Tuan, my Japanese French teacher. What's I gonna say?
Now you have to answer in French.
I loved doing Once Upon a Time in Mexico. Working with such a great cast. Robert Rodriguez is an amazing director, and I had a lot of fun doing it. He's good, no? And then will I do more stuff? If I can do small roles like that and be surrounded by such a great cast like Antonio Banderas or Johnny Depp or Mickey Rourke, yeah, I would love to keep on doing it. Yes.
You know what? You played Lorenzo in Lorenzo in Once Upon a Time in Mexico, but a lot of your videos are very dramatic, right? They're like mini movies. Addicted, Hero as well.
Yeah, Addicted and Hero. They're kind of like little mini.
Did you like doing that?
Yeah, I did. Actually,
why did they always end in tragedy?
After I did Once Upon a Time in Mexico, that's when I did Hero, and that's why I got Mickey Rourke in the video.
Okay.
Because I met him on the set of the movie, and then Addicted too. We did with Pete Berg, which is a great movie director, film director.
But is there a reason why they have to be so tragic?
No, I mean.
Because you like to explore that side of yourself?
No, because you're kind of experimenting, and tragic. It's cool. It's cool to do it. I like it. You know, if it goes with the song. If it goes with the song.
That's true, of course. Okay, more questions. Vox Pop, les questions Vox Pop. On regarde toujours le moniteur. Just check out the monitor.
Hi, my name is Nadia.
And mine is Elisa.
And we wanted to ask you what goes through your head when you're performing.
What goes through my head when I'm performing? I wonder what's for dinner.
No way.
No, I'm kidding. No.
I can see you put a lot of passion in it.
No, I know. How passionate.
We're gonna have chicken.
No, actually, it's funny. Whenever I'm on stage, if you're in a bad mood, if you have a headache, if you haven't had a good day, if you have a problem, you forget about all of that. That's the cool thing about being on stage. Whenever you're in front of 100 people or 10,000 people, it blows my mind. It makes my adrenaline go nuts, and it erases anything that I was feeling prior to that, and it makes me the happiest man in the world.
It does. So you're basically standing there performing thinking, I am the luckiest dude alive.
Definitely, and that's when you say all the work, all the interviews, all the traveling.
Thanks.
No, but you know, all the traveling, it's all worth it as long as I can feel.
As long as you can feel like that.
Moment.
All right. Est-ce qu'on a d'autres questions du public?
Bien sûr, on a d'autres questions de notre ami Danick.
Oui. Bonjour, moi j'aimerais savoir, parce que je suis vraiment curieuse, c'est quoi ton genre de fille? Qu'est-ce que tu regardes chez une fille?
Oh, I know. Don't even, please.
Really?
I got it.
You got it.
He goes, what are the foods that give me diarrhea, right?
Now, what kind of girl you like, and what do you...
Almost the same.
Oh, you're paying girls food that
what
gives
kind of
you
girl
stomach
you
ache.
What kind of girls give me diarrhea, you're going to say? What kind of girls do I prefer? I don't have...
They had a certain something. Enrique just walked into the room. Right away I said, my God, this kid is like a star. He had all the charisma you could possibly need. He's just a hottie. They chased one goal relentlessly. Right. To get a single idea in mind was success. During Hurricane Andrews in Miami, Enrique would still get together with some guys in a garage with no power and still practice and write songs.
Through struggles, when you come from such a musical family and you're the son of Enrique Iglesias, it's not easy getting into the music business.
People thought, oh well, he's just taking advantage of his daddy's last name.
Julio wasn't happy at first. He's going to be a what? A musician?
And setbacks.
He had some technical problems in the developing of his voice.
Everyone rejected him. Sony, Polygram, BMG, you name it.
Somebody started saying that they had a tape of Enrique singing the song Rhythm Divine, and it was awful.
Some people are just driven. An ambitious boy's single-minded pursuit of superstardom.
He said, I know my father could help me, but I want to know if I can make it or not. I want to start like any other kid. I want to start from the bottom.
Never before seen images.
This is Enrique, who likes girls like crazy.
Stories and revelations from the people who know what really happened. We were on vacation with my mother. My grandfather got kidnapped.
When someone's kidnapped and you don't know if that person's alive or dead, it's a scary thing. It affected him in a major way.
Because they lived it with him.
He lived almost like a double life.
He was determined to do what he wanted to do, against anyone, and I mean anyone.
This is Driven, Enrique Iglesias. Enrique was born in Madrid, Spain, May 8th, 1975. My sister is the oldest, my brother's the youngest, and I'm in the middle.
He was famous already when he was born.
His dad is Julio Iglesias.
He had done a lot of Spanish records and he was very successful.
He was the most famous entertainer in the world.
He is a real institution in Spain.
My mom's from the Philippines. She's Filipino-Spanish.
His mother was as famous as a movie star in Spain.
My mom was very beautiful, and you know my dad, he likes beautiful women.
They were pretty regular kids.
We went to school, church every Sunday.
And his parents made sure that that was part of their life, you know, to be as normal as possible, to fit into society with no problem.
My dad didn't spend a lot of time in the house. He was always touring. He was traveling a lot during that time.
The father being out on tour a lot meant some loneliness of not seeing your father.
Being the son of people who are so famous will make you feel a little lonely because your parents are so involved in their careers and sometimes far away.
Elvira Olivares was the governess to the children.
She's been with us since we were born.
She was very important in their lives because both father and mother were busy in their careers.
She brought them up, all three of them up. She was like a mother to Enrique.
She has her beliefs about being proper, kind.
She's taught us pretty much everything we know, from how to pray every night, manners, to how to eat.
She treated Enrique like a young man. She's an angel.
Enrique was 5 years old when my parents divorced. My mother remarried, and my dad moved to the U.S. straight to Miami.
They were constantly going back and forth. They visited their father on tour.
He used to put us on stage when we were very little, and he used to freak us out. We were so shy, you know, just to go up on stage with all those millions of people.
But they were just happy to spend time with their father.
December 1981, we were on vacation with my mother. My grandfather got kidnapped.
The kidnapping took place in Spain.
They put him into a car, coming out of his apartment, and they just took him away, and they kept him for about a month and a half. My dad got really scared.
When someone's kidnapped and you don't know if that person's alive or dead, it's a scary thing.
The police actually rescued him.
El hecho de que mi padre esté aquí con nosotros ya es lo que ha contestado. Yo no quiero saber lo que hubiera pasado si hubiera habido problemas.
Any kidnapping affects any family, and especially a family that is very public. It affected them in a major way.
My dad got his bodyguards.
Spain was pretty dangerous at the time.
My father said, bring the kids to Miami so they're safe from this terrorist group.
Enrique moved to the States when he was 8 years old. He lived with his grandmother because his father was always traveling.
It was difficult for us to move to the States.
Leaving what you thought was home to come to a new place and barely speaking English. It's a whole new world.
Come here, cold turkey. It's like, whoa, you know, from one day to another. And here they had started a life, completely new life, you know.
We used to hate it because we missed our mother, we missed our friends. My dad bought a house for my grandma, our nanny, my brother, my sister, and I.
This is Enrique, who likes girls like crazy. ¿Y a dónde está?
Enrique and I went to Gulliver School here in Miami.
Gulliver was a private school, very selective. You had to take an entrance exam, and they don't really care who you are or what family you come from.
I saw Enrique become embarrassed when people tried to make a big deal out of who he was. So I think it might have been a little difficult for him.
He didn't want to be accepted because his last name was, you know, Iglesias.
I expected someone to be spoiled, someone to be conceited, and here's this kid that just blended in with everyone else.
He was just one of the boys.
Enrique would go to school in a station wagon. He would wear the same clothes as everyone else did. He would have a ripped up book bag.
He had to be home at a certain time.
He had a normal allowance, just like everyone else. $10 a week to eat, and that was it.
He did his work, but he was no genius. He was a good, hard-working kid most of the time. Most of the time, I say.
Enrique was in trouble on a daily basis.
He was a little bit mischievous.
He's a prankster.
Get 8-hour detentions on Saturdays, and he pretty much ran the detention center. They just do stupid things.
He used to throw papers at people.
Putting signs on your back.
If anything, he was maybe a little less mature.
He was an athlete. He loved sports.
He went windsurfing a lot after school.
I was like pretty much a religious type of thing.
He was a great soccer player.
Enrique got kicked off the soccer team.
Enrique was not popular with girls.
No one took him serious, you know?
He was sort of skinny and gangly.
We're kind of the dorks.
I can remember with these little, they wore Bermuda shorts as part of their uniform. These little hairy, skinny legs.
Quite a few girls that just turned him down. He was definitely not what they consider a girl player.
He wasn't popular with girls, more because he was so shy. English, because it was a second language, sometimes was difficult. And I do remember him coming on the spy, because you wouldn't want your friends to know that you're asking your English teacher for any extra help. It was the idea that I don't understand it, but I certainly don't want anybody to know that I'm asking for help. He was terribly particular about who he would share things or himself with.
Enrique followed all the
Miami's where I grew up. I came to Miami when I was like 7, 8 years old. And I like Miami. This is my neighborhood. This is where I live. Here's where I rest. Here's where I have my home. We're in my house, and we're just gonna hang out with my dogs. With my dogs, that sounds like, with my dogs. My dogs. I love my dogs. They're the only ones that get sad when I leave my house, and the only ones who get happy when I come back home. Lucas, come here. Lucas is a German Shepherd, and he's nuts. My friends don't even play with him because, come on. Lucas, don't fight me. I'm even afraid of him at times. He just snaps and he bites anything. Come on, Lucas, get it. Get it, Lucas. Come on. But what keeps me in Miami is my friends, my dogs. Beautiful, no? And the water. I love the water in Miami. This is what Miami has that no other city in the U.S. has. Well, I mean, not a lot. Not a lot of cities have it in the U.S. You can go out at night, you can go out during the day in the boat, and it's so relaxing. You can completely forget about work. Sometimes I get the boat and I go out there by myself. And it just relaxes me physically and mentally. It's one of the few times that I get to feel peace.